Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I've been teasing this one for a little while. I teased it especially in the last video, but today we've got a big reveal. I've said I'm going to be afloat this year, I haven't told you what, and here it is. There we go. I have worked out a partnership with the guys at Milha Boat, and I will be using this fantastic thing for the 2025 season. So from now until the end of the year, I'll be doing everything afloat on my Milha Boat. Milha are a relatively new brand here in the UK. They're from Brazil, but we're partnering to try and raise the awareness and why this boat works so perfectly for a lot of UK fishing situations, and especially for the stuff that I do. I love being on the water, I love getting afloat. I haven't got the room, I haven't got the vehicle to tow a big boat. There isn't that many waters we could put a big boat in. I half like the idea of a kayak, but I also want the stability. That's where the Milha Boat comes in. The extra width, the extra stability, extra bit of storage room, because I do like to take a lot of gear when I'm going fishing, is absolutely spot on. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat to today's video. I've come up into Northumberland to fish a little lake that's got a few pike in it. Unfortunately, the little lake with the pike in has frozen. So we can't get on that. It's absolutely Baltic. There is a bigger lake above the small lake, which by all intents and purposes, nobody used to think there's any pike in. So, yeah, I've got my own opinions on that. It's very close, you know, they're connected. There's got to be some pike in there. Thankfully, the guys here have allowed me to launch the Milha Boat on the bigger lake. We're going to go and have a little look. Whether we catch anything or not is sort of relevant. This is the first time I put the Milha in. I just want to give it a test run. Get used to it. I want to see how it feels. Get used to it. And actually, if I don't catch any fish, it's probably a benefit because I concentrate on learning the boat and learning how to use it. So, no further ado, let's get her wet and see what we can do.
Steer wide of them.
Right, that's always shallow. Aye, right.
Then you'll see the log. Further up from the log there's a little buoy. Right. And it's quite, there's a hidden island there as well. Right. You'll be alright in this, but it's quite up the motor if you've got the motor on it.
Yeah, fair enough. Nice one. Cheers. I'll give you a shout when I've got a 30 in the net. I'll give you a shout when I've got a 30 in the net. Oh, there you go, that's why I like something like this and how mobile it is. It's a very, very shallow slipway. If I'd have had a proper boat, probably the wrong term to use, but you know what I mean, would have either damaged it or I wouldn't have got it in. Right, I've got enough depth to get the engine down now, just about. Come on. Forward. There we go, we're afloat. Now, the bottom lake, I had half an idea of depths and where I might find fish. Here I've got absolutely zero clue. So basically we're going to go for a boat ride. I'm half tempted just to put a bait out and troll, just to cover some ground. But we'll just get off a little bit, out into the middle. And I can sort my life out a little bit. It is bloody cold! Okay, well, so we're just covering some ground, just trolling a bait along. I've got no fish finder or anything on here yet. This is literally just a boat with a motor on at the moment, and a rod holder. So I've got nothing on here to help me in the fishing side of things. It's quite windy as well, so you probably can't hear me very well, but anyway. So I've got no idea. As for depths, I'm just trolling around the edges in the likely looking areas. There's some sort of islandy looking bits over here, or some shallower areas. So we're gonna little troll around there, just see what we can find. And then I'm gonna, not because I feel like I'm gonna catch anything, but I am gonna do a little bit of casting standing on the deck just to get an idea of what it feels like to stand. Currently, I'm just sitting and we're trolling, so it's not really how I want to be using this boat when I'm going to be using it regularly. So I am going to do some standing and casting, not really to any effect of thinking about catching fish, but more testing the boat. And that is really what today was about, is testing the boat. It's a much bigger water than I intended to be testing it on. I wanted to test it on the smaller water today, but there you go. You've got to roll with the punches and do what you can. So let's keep going. Okay, so I'm going to stand on the casting deck and have a few casts for a little while now. Just going to drift into this edge. I can't imagine bumping into any fish. Yeah, I'm told pretty conclusively there's no pike in here, so I have to sort of just believe that. I do find it hard to believe because there is some in the small lake which is connected, but there you go. Who am I to argue? Now, like I said, I've never fished this lake, so I've got no idea what depth I'm fishing in. I'm just going to sort of drift into some edges and have a few casts, and see if I can bump into something. So far though, I feel very stable. It's different, it's very different to anything I've fished on before. So it's got probably take a little bit of getting used to. It's shallow there, picked up a little bit of leaf litter. So I think my long-term plan for this is to have a little petrol outboard on the back, probably like a 4 horsepower. I think these are rated to a max of 6, but 4 will do me. And then electric at the front, little trolley motor, preferably with a foot control, that's what I'm aiming for. And then some relatively basic electronics, like fish finder wise. The whole point of this is I want to keep it as usable and as mobile as possible, and to work with my fishing rather than making my fishing work around a boat. And I just haven't got the time or the energy or the finances to buy loads of electronics. So it'll be simple, it'll be cheaper than most, I would think. I'm not going to spend loads of money, and we're just going to try out and have fun with it. That's the idea, is to use it as much as possible. I think a lot of these people you'll speak to have got big boats, get put off of using them because it's quite an ordeal putting them in and putting them out and taking them places and finding somewhere you can use them. My hope and my plan with the Milha is that we can use it in quite a lot of places. You know, all those trips I was making across the Lake District this summer with the float tube, I should be able to get this on there as well. As well as more local stuff. You know, this is only 30 to 40 minutes from my house. Obviously the lake I was intending to fish was frozen over today, unfortunately, but you know, it's not going anywhere. And then the rivers as well. You know, I'd like to put this on some of the local rivers where I've been doing some perch fishing and really get on there and start exploring them properly. So we'll see where it leads us. But my intentions and plans are to make it as stress-free and as easy to use, and that makes me want to use it more. That's the whole intention. Okay, that's a bit of casting. Let's go for a little adventure, I think. Let's get the rod back in the rod holder, do a bit more trolling. Just go for a drive. Reverse out of it. Well, I'll tell you one thing, it is absolutely bloody freezing. My hands, I'm having to switch hands. Hands absolutely frozen. I can't see myself giving this too long. But it was good. It was a good practice run. Boat went in lovely. I've learnt one thing already. Don't forget your wellies. I've come in with trainers with thinking my wellies were in the boat. They was not. So I've got a wet foot launching this morning. And not only is it wet, it's also absolutely frozen now. So I won't be making that mistake again. So yeah, it was worth doing that just to learn a lesson. Oh, bang! Scared the life out of me. So yeah, that gives you an idea of why we do these sort of things, is to pick up little lessons along the way and learn from them. But so far the boat's performing lovely. Like I said, long-term plan is to put a petrol outboard on the back. At the moment it's just got a little electric, but it's bang bang, it's really loud. It's just pushing it along, no issue at all. It's no problem at all. So and it's not particularly fast, but I don't need to go anywhere fast. But it's pushing into this wind lovely, it's holding me true. Boat's sitting lovely and straight. When I drifted for a while, the boat sat lovely on the drift. You know, some boats tend to spin and turn and do all sorts of horrible things on the drift. This sat lovely on the drift. I do like a bit of drift fishing, so that'll be handy in the future. So yeah, I'm just going to continue for a little while basically going to keep going until my hands won't let me do it anymore, because at the moment they're absolutely frozen. I'm so glad I brought a flask with me today, because if I hadn't brought a flask with some hot coffee, I may have turned around already. Okay, so whilst we're moving, I'm going to try and multitask and steer the boat and give you a little bit of a walkthrough as we do it. At the front, you can see that's a motor mount there, so I could actually put the engine I've got the transom I could put up the front there if I was sort of drifting and wanting to control my drift a little bit better, or sort of working weed lines and casting. But because I'm trolling, it's quite nice to sit down and just use the back motor. There is 2 rail mounts there, so I can put that sort of the rail blazer type fittings on there. Have rod holders, camera mounts, whichever I want, and this is all the storage. I'll show you the storage properly later. But there's so much storage on this boat, it's absolutely unbelievable. Then cup holder, absolutely imperative today. If I didn't have my flask, like I said, I would definitely be going home already. These are all more storage, and this is access to the actual inside the hull through there. So if you want to do some internal wiring for electronics or batteries or all sorts of things. There's some built-in rod holders as well, with rod holders, more rails, got a rail blazer rod holder there, which my rod doesn't fit, so I've got this weird St. Croix Mojo bass with the gun grips, so it doesn't fit in there. And I'm actually sitting on another stack of storage. I'm going to try and turn around. Ugh. Loads more storage on there. I'll show you it all later. Another rail, more ports of storage. I've got my battery for the motor under here. More rod holders there. You've got some handles at the back so you can lift the back up, and obviously you've got a nice metal transom there, lovely and secure. Got my oar down the side, and then there's just a mirror to the other side, so I've got another rail there. I've got a camera mount or a phone mount on there. More access to inside the hull and more storage. Cup holder, rod holder. Yeah, same. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an insight. I think once we get back in on dry land later, I'll give you a proper walkthrough of all the storage and things like that, but it gives you a little bit of an idea of what this boat can do. Good God, I'm cold. As most of you will know by now, if you watch any of my videos, I'm useless with details. I forget things really quick, like the names of the colours of lures or rod models and things like that. It's going to be no different with this boat. I can try and give you some of the specs, but it'll be absolutely useless. The only one I know off by heart is it's about 14 foot long. That's about as much as I can tell you. All the details with like the weight capacity, the actual length, and all the other important bits that I'm sure lots of you would want to know, I'll leave a link to in the description. It'll take you to the Milha website, and it'll give you all the details rather than me guessing and getting it wrong. I should probably script myself a little bit better, but I don't, so there's that. But they are available in the UK now. There's multiple stockists. If anyone does want any more details than I cover in this video, or want to know where your local stockist is, just drop me a message. I can always find out. Guys at Milha are really helpful. Been really good for me with this boat and helping me get it on the water. So I'm sure they do the same for you. So yeah, just drop me a message if you want to know anything specific or something I haven't covered or something you think I should have covered. Then let me know and I'll get back to you. But yeah. Okay, I thought I'd just have a little play with the camera mount or the phone mount that's here, which is actually great. It's perfect, so it keeps my hand free to drink my coffee. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm sort of just working around the perimeter of the lake now. I've not seen or noticed anything that gives me any reason to think we should have caught fish. I've had no indications on a rod. I've got literally no idea what depth of fishing is, so I could be fishing in 47 foot of water and I'd have no idea. To be honest, I've gone past the point now I've got too cold to concentrate. So I could probably have a few casts with a lure and sort of feel it down and work out the depth, but I'm too cold at this point. So we're just going to continue doing a full lap. We'll go do a full lap of the whole lake, work our way back round, and then probably get her out and revisit this on a day when it's a little bit warmer. Oh God, right, I think I've had enough. My hands are in pain now, it's that cold, so I'm going to wind in and then just quickly blast back, get her on dry land, and then I can warm up and give you a bit more detail, a bit of a closer look at the Milha boat. Well, I'm almost back at the slipway. I was going to try and get this on film. I was going to try and bring her in, but there's some absolute lunatics going swimming I'm a lunatic for fishing, but they're more of a lunatic going swimming in this. Oh my God, there's no way you could pay me enough money. Okay, here's another situation I'm going to regret not having my wellies, I think. Oh, there we go. Let's not slip over. There we go, that was easy. It was really easy. Now all I'm going to do is just drag her up a little bit. So she doesn't fly away again. And there she goes. Ooh. I've got to be especially careful because it's very icy. Perfect, that was easy. Okay, as you can see, we are back on terra firma. I'm going to thaw my hands out a little bit, then we're going to get her back on the trailer. That's where I'm going to show you all the inside, show you all the storage, show you all the features, all the important bits, and then I'm going home. Okay, so I said my Scotland dry land, I'll give you a bit of a run through of all the storage, all the extra features and things like that. So start at the back, obviously you've seen that already, that's the transom for your engine. Your plug is at the back there as well, very important, put that in. You shouldn't really get any water in excess to inside the hull itself. This is your first bit of storage, one of your biggest parts. Now you can see you get loads and loads and loads of tackle in there, food, whatever you need. I've got my battery, let's open all the way. I've got my battery, just some bits and pieces in the bag for my straps that strap it all down. This will go back in there, the camera mount, the rod holders will all go back in there. The thing I like about this boat as well, the drainage. So as you can see, we have got a little bit of water in there. The side here, we've got a drainage. So if you've got like a John Boaty type thing, that's sort of like 12 to 14 foot aluminium, the drainage is fantastic on things like that. So you'd always looking to either fit a bilge pump or bail it. This is, you know, one of those things that's self-bailing, you don't need to touch it. It just all pours out the scupper on the side, which you have a plug for if you want it. Obviously I'll leave that out going home and let the water drain away. So yeah, got those storage ports there that I showed you already, and then we'll move through to the middle, get my rod out of the way, line that up against the cart. More storage. We'll start this side and we'll work our way around. So this got, I've got my food, I've got my tackle, I've got my call bag, all sorts of things in there. Maybe better from the other side. Let's spin round, go on the other side. So loads of room, and this one isn't hasn't got the drainage, hasn't got the channel running through it. Then the next one, same. I've got my coat, I've got the cover, got the launch wheels, all that sort of thing in there. It's the engine cover in there. Up the front, more storage, and that's where I've got the full boat cover in. So that's got the full cover for the use of transporting. As you can see, there is a stack of storage in here, which is absolutely perfect for me, because a lot of time when I'm out fishing, I don't know how I'm going to be fishing. We're going to be fishing with shags or creature baits or jigs or chatterbaits or cranks, or even pike fishing. I'm going to be fishing big baits, small baits. Yeah, there's absolutely no telling what I'm going to be using, so having all this extra storage is perfect for me. Plus the fact I can chuck all my camera stuff in as well. So you've got your camera stuff, you've got your electronics, you've got everything everything fits with zero issue at all, and I love that about this boat. And as you see, one person getting that boat in and out was really, really easy. Even on a tough day like today, where it was absolutely freezing cold, there's slippery ice everywhere, I managed to get it out. Yeah, so unfortunately today didn't go as we wanted to go. I wanted to put some slime on the deck, get it christened, but it wasn't meant to be. The ice took over the lake which got the fish in, and to be honest, I'm bloody freezing, so we're going to call it a day. But where should I take this next? Where should I put the Milha Boat in? I've got some ideas, but I'd like to hear from you. If you know anywhere that this would be perfect for, please let me know. I've got some ideas of lakes, I've got some ideas of rivers, maybe a bit of saltwater stuff when it warms up a little bit and we get the right weather. Not something I'd recommend doing in any sort of winds or high wave scenarios, but if we get the right conditions in the summer, I can see it's been brilliant fun and some inshore fishing in the salt as well. But yeah, let me know what you like, let me know what you think, let me know if you think it would suit you and your angling. Anyone who is interested in more info, just drop me a message. I can pass on your details or try and give you it myself if I haven't covered it already in this video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for Milha. This will not be the last time you see this boat on this channel. You'll be seeing it a hell of a lot over the next 12 months at least. Let's see where it takes us.